Hi everybody, I'm Emily, one of the designers here at the Quilted Cow, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make the Helpful Heifer Zippy Cube. I love this cube and I'll talk more about it in a moment. First though, let me thank our sponsors. We are sponsored by Creative Grids Cutting Mats and Rulers. We are also sponsored by Husqvarna Viking Machines and Wilmington Prints. Let's get started.
Quiet on set, we are rolling.
All right, so we're gonna get started making this Helpful Heifer Zippy Cube. This is a perfect little cube that you can take to store things in. One of the things that we like to put in this cube is Wonder Clips. The Wonder Clips are a perfect thing to put in here, and this is a perfect way to store them while you're sewing and whenever you need them. You can go ahead and zip it up, take them wherever you need to take them, but they stay in here so nicely. You can also put your snacks in there. Or you can add jewelry in it. If you need to travel with some jewelry, you can put your jewelry in here, zip it up, and take that with you whenever you're traveling. This is a perfect little cube to store whatever that you want in it. So we're gonna get started with this. Before we get started, I do wanna tell you, you can head on over to our website, grab yourself some kits. The kits are going to include the fabric, the foam, and the zipper, and a paper pattern because it is a Helpful Heifer. It'll include the paper pattern to be able to sit and sew these Zippy cubes together. You get enough to make one kit or one Zippy cube in each kit. So grab yourself a kit. If you would like the postcard pattern, that is available on our website as well. So snatch that up as well and you'll be ready to sew. So you're going to take and cut out a rectangle of your main fabric and a rectangle of your lining fabric, and then also a rectangle of the foam that's going to go in there. Once you've got that cut out, you're going to go ahead and fuse your fabric to your foam. And one of my favorite ways to fuse the fabric to the foam is by using this free fuse powder. Once you've got that basted down, then you're going to go ahead and cut out a couple of squares and a couple of rectangles from either end of the fabric. So when you cut your two squares, you can use the box bag template. We have these available on our website as well. Basically, you would line up your 2-inch marks and use your rotary cutter, and you can just cut those from that, and it's got a little teardrop shape here for your rotary cutter to go into, and so you can cut those easily. So that's what I use to cut out my squares. Then I did have to bring out my regular ruler though to cut out my rectangles on either end. So you could mark those and cut them with scissors, or if you're careful, you can use your rotary cutter. Just make sure that you don't cut beyond this corner whenever you're cutting it out. So go ahead and do that. Do that with the main that has the foam fused to it, or basted to it, however you're comfortable with that. And then also do that with one of your lining pieces. Once you have that finished, it's time to start putting these together. So you're going to take your main fabric with the foam and put it right sides together in this little square corner. You're going to put those edges together and line up these long edges right here. And you're just going to sew down this edge right here. I like to backstitch at the beginning and the end just to make sure everything stays nicely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew that. Once I get that sewn together, then I can go ahead and do these long corners. So I do the 2 short corners and then also the long corners once you get, and this, so you're going to line up this short edge with the long edge and just keep this just like this. So this is going to make your square shape. So you're just going to line that up, let it go up to the 2 inches, backstitch at the beginning and the end, do the same thing for each of these corners. Now I have one of these already sewn together just to make it easy. So I went ahead and I sewed all 4 of those corners, and that's how you're going to box the corners of this bag. You're also going to do that with your lining fabric. So box the 2 short square corners and then box the 2 with the short edge to the long edge, and that you're just going to sew up to the top of the short edge. Now on this part I did stop about a 1/4 inch from the edge, so I have this open. It's still open about a 1/4 inch from the edge. I backstitch a little bit to keep that where it needs to be. This is going to make it easier whenever it comes time to press the lining piece. So if you want to do that, if you remember to do that, go ahead and do that, but go ahead and stop a 1/4 inch shy of where the top of that edge is. So leave that open. This seam here, the front seams, go ahead and stitch all the way up and backstitch at the beginning and go ahead and stitch all the way off of that. So keep that completely sewn 1/4 inch short on these 2 where the lid is going to be. So once we've got that, we've got our main that's sewn up, and we've got our lining sewn up. Now it's time to go ahead and press the lining to the wrong side by 1/4 of an inch. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to turn the lining right side out because it's easier to maneuver this way. And then I like to open up my seams on the front just so that those will lay flatter later. And then I'm gonna take this and press 1/4 of an inch. Now you can use your hot ruler for this if you want, but I'm just gonna press 1/4 inch in to the wrong side all the way around. So I've gone ahead and done that with another lining piece, and that's all pressed to the wrong side. So you'll see where on these edges it folds in nicely. You've got a nice finished corner right here instead of trying to finagle that and have it give you issues. So once you've got that done, you can go ahead and turn it wrong side out again and just set this to the side, because now it's time to add the zipper. Now the zipper is kind of fun to add, and it's not too difficult. We're gonna grab our zipper, and this once again is in your kit. You're gonna open up the zipper and you're gonna put the right sides to the right side of the fabric. Now, I will admit, I have sewn this on and it was backwards, and that was not a good thing, so I had to take the zipper all the way off and redo it. So whenever I'm looking at it, if I've got the zipper pull here on the left, and this is the right side of the zipper, and here's the zipper stop here, I'm gonna grab the top one here, and then I'm gonna lay that along the edge here. Basically, it's going to be the left edge of the top whenever it's sitting like this. So that's where it's going to be right sides together, and you've got your zipper tape going the right way. So I'm just going to grab a clip here, and you want to make it to where you've got about 1 inch overhanging on this side. And these zippers are long enough to go all the way around. But if you want to double check that you've got enough overhanging all the way around, I just kind of fold it over and give it a clip. And this is not where this is going to stay, by the way. So, and then just fold it over and give it a clip. And then I've got plenty that I know that's going to be hanging off here, so I could move it over just a little bit to start it with if I wanted to. So one of the reasons why I'm going to unclip this, well, actually, I'm just going to leave this one side clipped, is because as we turn the corners, it gets a little bit difficult to turn the zipper and the whole thing as we turn the corner. So what I did was I started back here. I did a little back stitch. It doesn't have to be, you're not going to be like completely flush. You're going to start just a little bit away from where those two seams meet, or where that seam meets. You're going to start a little bit beyond that, and then sew all the way down about 1/4 of an inch to the end, and then go ahead and sew off of the corner, and then bring this up and kind of fold it around. And that's going to help you to be able to manage that zipper area and fold it over a little bit to where it's more folded or curved around, and then you can start again going around the corner. So that's why I don't leave it all clipped in one spot. It'll be easier if you just start it here, and as you go along, you just keep it all lined up. So off here, get the zipper to turn for you while it's sewn down. It's a lot easier while this side is sewn down to get the zipper to turn for you. So let me go ahead and do this. Put your zipper foot on your machine. Make sure you've got that installed on your machine. And then you're going to sew 1/4 inch seam allowance. So I came up and I sewed all the way down, got to about 1/4 inch from the end, and then sewed off the edge of the fabric. And now I can turn this and have it be more of a turn, or kind of a fold-ish here at this end, and start again and sew all the way down and do the same thing for this corner here. So once I have that on, let me show you what that looks like once that's all on. That one side. So now I've got it all sewn down this one side. Let me unzip this and show you, because this is what it would look like. You've got that zipper unzipped, and this is what it would look like once that is installed on the top of your Zippy cube. So once I've got that installed, I'm not going to turn it and top stitch it right away because it's actually easier to leave it non-turned. So I'm going to stitch all the way around. And once again, I stopped about 1/4 inch from each of these corners. Now I'm going to zip the zipper up. And this is going to keep it all in position for whenever I need to put it on the main part of the cube. So to do that, I am going to flip the zipper up like it would be whenever it's all finished. So I'm going to just turn that zipper around just like that. Before I do that, I do want to tell you, you may need to go ahead and trim a little extra of the foam here in the corners just to get a little bit of that bulk out of the way and make it easier for the zipper to turn around the corners. Just get a little bit of that foam trimmed out and then turn it so that it is, if you look at it, it is angled up. This edge of the zipper tape is angled up. So whenever you fold this down in, that edge of the zipper tape is going to line up with the raw edge of the front and the sides of your cube. So the reason that we do that, though, is so that your zipper stays lined up the way it should be, and you can stitch it all on a lot easier and keep everything nice and square. If you don't do this, unfortunately, the cube will start to go a little bit out of square and it won't sit nice and square like this is. It'll sit kind of crooked because the zipper will get out of alignment. So this is the easiest way that I found to keep the zipper in alignment as we go along. Keep this just like this. Now, once I have it lined up and I have a couple of clips in here just to show where it's supposed to be positioned, I need to unzip the zipper. So this is this little tricky part, and it's okay, but you're just going to take the zipper and unzip, and unfortunately it doesn't want to unzip easily from this angle. There we go. All right, so you're going to unzip the zipper, push that tab, the zipper tab down in, and once again, it's foam, so things are going to bend around. And I'm just going to push the tab around as I go along. So once I've got this part out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and put another clip in here just to keep it holding. And then I can unclip that front one, make it a little bit easier to unzip the zipper. Now we're ready to sew the other part of the zipper onto this part of the cube, onto the front and the sides of the cube. So to do that, I want to go ahead and make sure that I have the zipper tape kind of nice and open here. And I've still got it in position. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to start and stop about 1/4 inch away from this seam right here to give myself a little bit of room for the zipper to be able to move in and out and to fit in between the main and the lining whenever we get that put on. So whenever I do this, I'm going to put this in my machine right here, bend the foam back and start it all the way down, or about 1/4 inch from that seam, and go all the way around with this zipper. So let me get that and I'll show you what that looks like in just a moment. All right, so I wanted to tell you real quick, I did go ahead and open up the seams of the foam at least and make sure that those were open so it's less bulk whenever you go around. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and you can turn this right side out, and I'm going to go ahead and zip my zipper back together because I just want to make sure that everything is lined up properly. Because if it's not lined up properly, now is the time to fix it if you need to. So just be careful as you're doing this, because as you go along, you'll notice that the zipper's not top stitched down, so it's not going to want to lay over really easily, and you might get a little bit twisted. So I have a little string here that got caught up in the zipper. All right. So make sure that it's all lined up, and it is. So I'm going to be able to add my lining to this now. Now you can do this one of two ways. First, you can go ahead and take this and top stitch your zipper down all the way around just to make sure everything is in place, or you can try adding the lining. I actually found it a little bit easier to top stitch it first and then turn around and add the lining and top stitch again, even though it wasn't on the same line. It does get a little bit weird, but you know, it just is a little bit easier to have it top stitched. But so in order to do that, basically you're going to press the zipper down just like this. The other thing you want to make sure that you do is that whenever you're top stitching, you've got the ends of the zipper inside of the cube instead of outside of the cube, because if they're outside of the cube, your zipper ends are going to be hanging out of the cube whenever it's finished. So you'll go ahead and tuck everything in. Make sure your zipper pull is on. Let me get this turned right back around again. Make sure your zipper pull is on the outside, or is, you know, where it should be here. And then just pull that zipper end to the inside of the Zippy cube. All right, so just like that, so it's tucked in there. If it's not, then like I said, it's going to be sticking out on the wrong side of the cube whenever you get it all finished. So I'm going to go ahead and take a few clips and just clip this down where I want it to be. And this corner you just kind of fold down. Now you can press this as well, and I would press this as well. Just know that because it's foam, it won't really stay as, I mean, it'll stay, it just won't, it won't stay in place on its own. So you'll still be clipping anyway as you're going along here. So I'm just gonna fold these over and come back around and stitch all the way around, keeping the ends of the zipper to the inside of the cube at this point. So I usually do about an 1/8 inch top stitch all the way around. All right, so I have this top stitch down. So now the zipper is laying a little bit flatter, a little bit easier for me. I do want to let you know something. Whenever you are stitching all the way around and you have this zipper tab over here, zip it up just a touch to help keep that zipper tab out of the way. Because if you're not careful, that will flip back over and land underneath your needle, and you're going to break your needle and scare the pants off yourself, like I did just a few moments ago. So don't break your needle on the zipper tab. Make sure it's zipped just a little bit, and it not too much, because if it's too much, then whenever you're trying to top stitch around, this is all going to fold up really wonky. So just enough to where you can keep that tab out of the way while you're stitching, and you can kind of hold on to it, and so your finger isn't underneath the foot. So keep that in mind whenever you're top stitching around here, and whenever we do this other part as well. So now it's time to add the lining to the mane. So to add this, since we have this pressed, all the raw edges are pressed in, we're basically just going to insert the lining into the cube itself. When we do this, you're going to position it to where it all lines up, and then we're going to clip it and top stitch all the way around, and it will cover up all of your raw edges here. All right, so I've got it lined up pretty well, and now I'm just going to turn it right side out, and that's going to keep that lining fabric nice and tight up against the edge of the mane, the edge of the zipper where I want it to be. And then I'm going to stitch from the lining side and stitch all the way around. Once again, make sure that your zipper tab is out of the way a little bit. So go ahead and zip the zipper just a touch to make sure that zipper tab stays out of the way as you're sewing around. And that'll also make it easier for you to be able to tuck that lining piece over where you want it to tuck over and cover up the corner of where your zipper is here. And I'm gonna just add another clip here so that goes together nicely. So once I've got this done, then I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to just top stitch all the way around, and then you can flip it right side out, and you can have your Zippy cube ready to go. So head on over to our website, grab yourself the kit. Once again, this is a Helpful Heifer kit, so it's going to have the fabric and the foam and the paper pattern along with the zipper that you need to be able to make one of these cubes in every single kit. Grab your postcard pattern separately if you would like the postcard pattern. Thank you so much for watching this video with me. I hope you have fun making your Zippy cubes. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our videos so that you can keep getting content like this, and have a wonderful day. Thanks.
Okay, you wicked cool quilters, good job. You made it to the end. We would like to thank our sponsors, Husqvarna Viking Sewing Machines, Creative Grids, rulers, rotary cutters, and mats, and Wilmington Prints for the beautiful fabrics. Thanks for watching.